All right. So we're at day 3 already. I can't believe it. This week is going so fast, and I'm just thrilled to, where everyone's at. And I know even if you're not posting in the Facebook group or anything like that, that's okay. If you get one little win from this whole week that helps your coaching business, I'm happy, right? I know I'm throwing a lot at you. And I'm doing that because I want you to, I just want to share what is important to know as a coach to grow and scale your business. And for me, when I started my coaching business over 10 years ago, there weren't resources like this. I didn't have somebody or um, anyone. I think there was like one expert in the space that might have been doing ebooks and telesummits, but I didn't know. I had to learn all of this stuff on my own. So that's why to me and everything about being on the fast track, it's so important to me because the faster we can grow and scale our business, the more people we can serve and impact. And that's what all this is about, right? Like I talked about yesterday, a lot of us have hearts of gold when it comes to coaching and want to help people. And we have this expertise that's in our head. And a lot of us also, like a lot of people I work with, they have enough information to launch and to get out there more and grow their audience, which what I'm going to share with you today. And in reality, they're staying stuck because they're in overwhelm or they're waiting for someone or something to anoint them and say, you're good enough, you're an expert, go do this. And what I'm here to tell you today is you're an expert, you're good enough, you've learned enough, let's do this, right? So feel free to type in the chat, I'm ready, or let's do this, or I want you to make a commitment to yourself. And Kelly will reply to you. Just it's your time, right? So there's no reason to sit and overwhelm or anything, even though I know this is a lot. This is not an easy challenge. Like I said before, I could have taken one little piece of this and broke it out into 5 days, or I could go deeper and share with you what you need to know so that you can work this at your own pace. Okay. So just don't give up on me. I'm not going to give up on you. And I'm going to hold the space. Something I'm really, really good at is holding space for coaches to step into their greatness, right? We don't have to have it all figured out. We don't have to be the expert in all things. We just need to have the resources to go to in order to get what we need. And that's something I wish I had 10 years ago, which is why I'm committed to doing this and giving as much business knowledge and resources and transferring what's been in my head for so long into yours. Okay. So today is all about finding new clients. So it's something that is I know a lot of coaches struggle with. I know when I first started, I was like, okay, great. Now how do I go find clients? So that's what we're going to talk about today. All right, let's see. So of course, we've got your workbook. I sent the link out in the email. If you haven't received it, Kelly can also pop it in the chat. But remember, the workbook is to apply what you're going to learn to you. I can give you all the information and knowledge and how-tos in the world, but if you don't apply it to your specific coaching business, then it doesn't matter, right? So if you're ever teaching and training as a coach, the one thing that is so important, and I love to teach, but I don't want to just learn, I want to apply. So that's what I want for you this week as well. And just know the recordings and everything I'm giving you, they're going to be up until next week as well. So you have until next week. However, the faster you get through this, the faster you're going to see results. And that's what I want for you. Okay. All right. So get your day 3 workbook. It'll walk you through your actions and all the stuff that needs to happen. Again, if you haven't joined the Fast Track Club, we're there for you. I'm like commenting as soon as I see someone post. I saw people in there at midnight last night. I was up at about 5:30 in the morning today, and I was like posting as much as I can in there as well. So if you have direct questions, post them in there. If you have things you want to celebrate or just share or ahas or things that, it's just, it would be nice to know because I know when I started coaching, my family thought I was crazy, to be honest. I mean, I left a multi six-figure corporate career to come do this. And they're like, what are you doing? And a lot of times our family, our close friends want us to stay safe. And when we go make the decision to be a coach, they don't understand it, right? And then so we need people around us that can celebrate the littlest wins and the big wins too. Okay. And that I'm big on creating community as much as possible. All right. So that is the Fast Track Club on Facebook that's there for you. We're on day 3, finding new coaching clients. So just to recap, day 1 was designing your coaching method. If you still don't have that finalized, that's okay. Just, I want it to be on your radar. And when it's on your radar, it's going to come to you. I know for me, like sometimes I have to just, go and get out of my house, walk around my neighborhood, and then all of a sudden the ideas start flooding. Again, if you're stuck in this, reach out to me, email, smoke signal, send me a carrier pigeon, Facebook group, message, whatever you need to do to get going on your coaching method. And my commitment to you is if you're trying and you reach out to me and you can't do it, I will literally work with you to get it done. Like that's how important I feel coaching methods are for coaches. All right, day 2, all things marketing. We dug into a lot of marketing strategies and all kinds of things. Today, what we're going to do is pull all of that forward so that you have the marketing strategies you're choosing to show up in and knowing who you want to work with. Today, we're going to say, okay, how do you go and find those coaching clients? And I'm going to take it a step further and even show how do you go about to enroll coaching clients, all right? And then tomorrow, we're going to brand your method and we're going to bring in the brand piece so that you're showing up as professional and confident as possible as a coach. And then on Friday, we're going to talk about packaging and selling your method and how we're going to do that as well. All right. So that's the outlook for the week. I want to show you the bridge, right? So the bridge is your method. So the method being, you want to know who you serve. We went over that in day 1. Super important for your marketing, for everything. And then the second step of it is understanding your client's journey. When we are in it and we understand it, then our clients are going to feel seen and heard, and then they're going to just feel validated and know that you are going to be the person that's going to help get them the results that they want. All right. So that was 1 and 2. And then last on day 1, we built the bridge. So this might be an area that tends to overwhelm coaches, and I'm completely clear with that because I've worked with plenty of them to understand that. And I just go back and rewatch the video recording if you need to do that, or reach out to me and share your questions in the Facebook group because other coaches will help you as well. I consider the bridge, sometimes it's like the tip of your nose, like you can't see it, but other people can. So that's why I wanted to break it down as much as possible so that you can build that bridge. Okay. Let's see. And then day 4, so tomorrow is going to be all about naming your signature coaching method and branding it so that you can really stand out as an authority. And then the 5th step is also what we're doing today is marketing and enrolling new clients using your method, right? So we did the marketing yesterday. Today, we're going to do the finding the clients and enrolling them. And then Friday is all about making your impact and your profit, right? So that's going to be how we're going to package it and sell it so that you can get into serving people. All right. So that is that. So today I want to just be completely transparent. And because we are talking about enrollments, we are talking about, so something I do because I'm very, I'm very particular. I love language. I love words. And instead of calling it, I could have called today sales day, but I know sales, the word in itself triggers a lot of coaches. And especially the heartfelt coaches that just want to help and they get really uncomfortable with the word sales or anyone thinking they're selling them anything or thinking they have to sell and whatever. So just please trust me on this. This has got to be a space. And if you start feeling those feelings of uncomfortableness, because this was me too, to be honest, when I first started coaching, I was like making $300, $400, $500 an hour sometimes as a consultant. And when I started coaching, I was like doing it for free for a Starbucks mocha. So just know that if anything around money and sales triggers you, we've all been there and you have to do the work. And what I find is the more you get into motion, the more people you can serve, the confidence will grow from there. Okay. And then just know that, and what I was like giving away my, here, just buy me coffee, like that kind of thing. And then I charge very little for my monthly coaching package. And I actually had people not want to work with me because they didn't think I was legit because I wasn't charging enough. So, pricing and sales and all this stuff, it has many facets to it. But as we're talking and, today, I just want you to lean in on this. And if you start feeling uncomfortable, that's okay because it needs to bubble up so that you can push through it. All right. So just wanted to say that because I understand that, talking about enrollments and I purposely, what I said, I like love language. I purposely use the word enrollment instead of selling, or sales or whatever. We want to enroll people. All sales is an invitation to work with you and to help them. That's all it is. Let's swap out the word sales for service. Let's swap it out for enrollment. It is far less intimidating to just give people an invitation, right? It's on them. Nobody's strong arming anyone. No one's hard closing people. Like that's so, right? That's not what needs to happen. So if anything does come up with you around any of this, please reach out to me. I am like a very neutral resource on all of this. I have done so much personal development work, so much mindset work around this that, there's some tools and techniques that I have that can help push people through all this quickly. Okay. All right. And with your permission, since we're talking about enrollments, I'm going to share with you today my new pilot program called the CBA, and I'm going to be doing this later. So it's my 90-day plus business coaching program for coaches. It's called the Coaching Business Accelerator. I call it the CBA for short because that's kind of a mouthful sometimes. And it's been created by me specifically to help coaches like you get more clarity and confidence to grow your business so that you can make an impact to more people while also making profit, right? We don't have to only think of service as nonprofit type of thing. We want to make profit. I want you making plenty of profit because we need more amazing coaches out there in the world. So ultimately, the CBA has been built and designed to get results, right? So to get results, which is important. I don't want people just to get knowledge. I want them to put it into action and get the results. That's what matters the most to me. So this is only for people who are interested in taking their coaching business to the next level. But if you're not, and don't worry, you're going to get tons of value. And I'm going to give you some simple tasking to do over the next 45 minutes. Again, it's totally fine. All right. So who needs your signature coaching method? First and foremost, who needs it, right? Like, let's start talking about audience building. So the first thing when it comes to audience building, I want you to think and ask yourself, and you can type this in the chat as well. Do you have a current audience? So type yes if you do. Type no audience. Yes, I have an audience. No, I have an audience. Whatever. And that's okay. Like there's no judgment here, right? So the first thing you have to ask yourself is, do you have a current audience, right? And it may just be literally an email list of 10 people. That's not even a list yet. It's just on your phone. Do you have a current audience of people who may be interested in your signature coaching method, right? So if you don't, then we got to build one. If you do, awesome. I want you to ask yourself, is your method that you're creating, even if we don't know the name of it yet, but let's think about your expertise, whatever that you want to use to help serve people in your coaching business, is your method suited for your current audience? Yes or no? Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I mean, for me, for many years, I served women entrepreneurs. And then I decided to niche closer to coaches, both men and women. So I had to, while some of those women entrepreneurs were coaches, I had thousands and thousands of people on my list for that. My current audience wasn't going to be ideal for the Build Fast framework, like for my signature coaching method, right? So I had to go build a new audience of coaches. And, so that's what I've been working on the last 6 months and all that. And I'm so honored you're here because all through those efforts, that's how we met, So is your current audience interested in your method, right? And if not, that's okay. You might have to, thin it out and change it up. That's totally normal. But we have to build your audience. Okay. That's the ultimate goal here. So, how do we do that? Well, we use other people's audiences or other audiences. They don't even have to be other people's, but they could be other companies' audiences, right? There's tons and tons of people out there that are available that all we have to do is attract them through a magnet. We have to move them over from other audiences to raise their hand and be like, I want to be part of your audience. I want to learn more from you, right? I'm interested in how you're going to help me solve my problems, coach. So we're going to leverage that. And I'm going to literally give you examples because I am not one to make people have to overthink and research and figure this stuff out. I'm going to give you the checklist of where you can go find other audiences. Okay. And then once you have your audience, and so your audience is going to grow over time because you're always looking, to find your perfect potential clients. I call them your future clients from other audiences, from your audiences. And then from that, you're going to find the handful of people that say yes, that they need your signature coaching method, your bridge, to help them solve their problems and achieve their goals. Make sense? So we're going to have, other audiences we're pulling in, and we have ours. And then from that, people are going to raise their hand and say, yeah, like I want to work with you. This resonates with me. I feel connected with you. I need what you have. Please help me. Right. And what I can tell you is when you're building your audience, some people will raise their hand and be like, yes, I want to work with you now. And some of them are going to be like, I don't know. I need to fill this out some more and whatever. But then 2 months later, they're going to be like, I'm ready. So just know that this is how the marketing and client attraction and enrollment process is for all coaches. Okay. And I just wanted to break it down so that you have a visual of that. So this is what we have to be committed to. So how do we find our audiences? How do you find your audience? So again, this was from, when we were even building the bridge on day one, we have our audiences that are the basic demographics, right? So I work with stay-at-home moms in their 20s to 30s who have 1 to 2 children. They're married with an income of 150,000, whatever, they live in Canada, whatever this looks like for you, the basic demographics and the psychographics. The psychographics are, what do they value? All those type of intrinsic things that we overlook a lot of the times. And these are their characteristics and how they want to feel and all this stuff. That's super important when you're thinking about marketing in your coaching business. Okay. We also want to know, again, their challenges. What are they struggling with? What are their goals and aspirations? What results are they looking for? And then again, the learning and communication style. This is going to be important when we're going to find our audience because we want to be able to show up where they're looking for information so that we can raise our hand and say, hey, I can help you with that. Come join me here in my audience, right? As well as the communication style. So if you're working, if your potential clients or maybe the coaching clients you've worked with up to this point, they love to text or they want a Facebook message or email, or they don't do email. They would rather Snapchat you, whatever. Everyone's audience has a specific communication style. We just need to communicate back so that we're in alignment with our clients. And then ultimately, these are people, the audiences that we need to grow is they need our bridge. They need our help. They need our steps. And if we can provide that for them and give them that bridge, then they're going to want to be part of our audience. Does that make sense? All right. So to find your audience, we have to know where our specifics, because my demographics, psychographics, challenge goals, my bridge is completely different than every other coach a lot of times, right? So where my people are hanging out are different than yours, and only you can decide that. And if you don't know, it's okay. You can put a stake in the ground and declare where you're going to find your audience, and your results will tell you. So if you pick one and it's not working, again, you want to give it a little bit of time, but then you have other options. Okay. So, but regardless, don't be the coach that's always switching audiences and ways that you market and this and that, because it's going to be really confusing for your potential future clients and your market, as well as it's expensive and it's exhausting for you. So give something time before you pull the plug. All right. So where are some audiences that we can go pull from, right? And just show up. And I like to show up and serve. Sometimes I do a lot of things where I just show up and I don't have any expectations. I just want to give what I know and help. And I have a belief, and I hope you do too, that when you do that, it comes back to you in so many different ways, right? So I've shown up to help friends run their mastermind, purposely not telling people what I do because, I'm there for them. But then the next day, somebody who, saw I did a consultation with 6 months ago reaches out and says, "Hey, I want a private coach with you." So it all works out when you trust it. So the different audiences we've got conferences, live events. So we can go attend these and then meet people that are specific to our who need our bridge, right? And I don't recommend going to someone's conference and like passing out all your cards and doing that kind of stuff. I'm saying you can do things that you're meeting people and it feels really natural and in alignment. Like for me, I'm an ambivert, so and I know my friend Kelly on here is like, oh, she always hates it when I say I'm an ambivert. But like sometimes when I go to a conference or a live event, I am so energized by people. And sometimes after being around people, I just want to go home and read my Kindle and not talk to anyone. So it just kind of depends. So, but I'll give myself a goal when I go attend an event of some sort. Hey, Tara, just go meet and connect with 3 people. It doesn't have to be a million, just a handful. And then I have extroverted friends that like you leave, they know everybody and everybody knows them. It's remarkable. So depending on how you are and how you like to show up, just give yourself little goals when you're going to any type of live events, if that's where your audience is hanging out. An example I want to tell you about for this is maybe you're a coach that helps I'll share this example. I used to work with a lot of people in the real estate business, realtors and stuff when I first started coaching. And I would be like, okay, one of their tasks was, they wanted to go network. So I was like, all right, let's pick 3 places to network. And then next week when we talk, we can talk about it. So they'd go and I go, okay, where'd you go network? Well, I went to this event and this event, and all the events were with other realtors. And I was like, interesting, because you want to work with you want to help, find houses for executives in the oil and gas industry, right? It's like, yeah, they're like my perfect client. We need to go hang out and find out where they're hanging out and go to those live event conferences and workshops. We have to be uncomfortable, literally being a fish out of water, being a coach in a completely different industry. So then when you're introducing yourself, hi, I'm Tara. I'm a coach. I'm a business coach for people in the oil and gas industry. Oh, well, and it's like you're different, and that's okay too. So think about your conferences and events. Don't always hang out with people like you and other coaches. Go out and find your people, okay, that fit your demographics and have your challenges and literally need your bridge. So that's conferences, live events, workshops. Another audience is obviously going to networking events, professional associations. So depending on who you want to niche and work with, you can go, attend any of these type of events, or you can actually ask to be a speaker. And a lot of the times they need speakers and experts that will help their members. Okay. So networking events, professional associations. And then another one, obviously tons of audience on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, TikTok, Pinterest, etc. Any type of social media, they have audiences, and we can leverage them like we talked about yesterday, either organically or through paid ads, right? So, or a combination of both. Obviously, I put YouTube as a separate audience because YouTube is the #1 search engine beneath Google right now. And YouTube has a massive audience and eyeballs. So these are platforms that people are showing up for. You can run ads on YouTube. that literally, like, if you can run ads right on top of somebody who has your exact client. So you can run ads, you can start your own YouTube channel, and the algorithm will help you. Okay. And you can do that again organically or paid. Search engines, so through Google, Bing, Yahoo, etc., through keywords, ads, all this kind of stuff. There's big audiences there. Reddit is and other blogs, medium.com, they have eyeballs. So all we have to do is show up and serve our audience, and we're going to start building our audience from that. Okay, this is leveraging other audiences. Podcast. So you can pitch yourself to be on someone's podcast. There's plenty of podcasts you can pay to be on that will get you instantly 10,000 ears, right? So podcast, you can go leverage other people's podcast, share value, give some sort of offer, and move them through, okay? Speaking to other audiences, so networking events, professional organizations, conferences, live events. Again, everything I'm telling you here, you can do organically, or you can do paid, right? So you can speak to audiences and give an offer, and then you're building your audience, right? Then we have affiliate partner email lists. So there's plenty of people out there that have hundreds of thousands of people on an email list that are very targeted that you can partner with, and you just give them a percentage of your sales, or sometimes it's a flat fee to be able to send something out to their list. I wouldn't necessarily recommend going and buying a list. I don't know that starts to get into the canned spam stuff or whatever. But ultimately, creating that genuine relationship and connection with your affiliate partners is fantastic. Serving in other groups or masterminds, just showing up. Like I said, I've shown up for my friends' masterminds and just poured into them because people paid a lot of money to be part of that. So I just want them to get massive value. And then my friend would come do the same thing for me. So you can serve in other people's groups, give value, masterminds, give something free. Sometimes they allow you to do a paid offer. A lot of the times they want you to do a free offer. And that would be giving them some sort of lead magnet, maybe a free consultation or discovery session, and then moving them through. Okay. Let's see, collaborative projects with other experts. So you can collaborate, so I used to call them champion circles. So you would get with other people who share your perfect client profile and just collaborate and introduce each other. I have referrals here as the last one, but share referrals, all that kind of stuff. So collaboration is key. Amazon, Barnes and Noble, etc. Amazon and Barnes and Noble, they have eyeballs. They have, an audience that people are searching for what you have. So you can leverage those audiences. Great if you're writing a book or you have a workbook or any type of thing like that. Facebook and LinkedIn groups. So you can create your own group and serve it, or you can join existing groups and show up and serve and give people value and move them into your audience. Online forums. So Quora is probably the most popular one, but just showing up and answering questions around your niche, and then moving people through. So the whole key of all this is you've got to give people a next step, right? And then another one that's worked for a lot of my clients too is just showing up or getting on a board for a nonprofit that also has their potential clients in. And if they aren't exactly their clients, the board and donors are their clients. So it's kind of a win-win because you get to, build your audience, but also give back in a cool way. Or going to some sort of local community events and just being there to serve, help, speak, whatever you want to do there. And having online course platforms like Udemy is probably the most popular one. So they have eyeballs, right? So you can put out there a course that maybe is $17, or I haven't seen high investment courses on Udemy, but it's a great way to go and start serving and finding out what's working, not working, and then move them into your audience with integrity, of course. And then last but not least, referrals. So you can go create a referral program and have your referral partners. I have a whole course on this because to me, it is the easiest and fastest way for coaches to grow their coaching business is through one-on-one referrals. And then you can give them a perk of some sort when they introduce you and that person becomes a new coaching client. I also use this strategy for current clients as well. So it's like, hey, if you know anyone, I'm going to give you this benefit. So it's so easy to refer. And, and that's for me, I've had a handful of referral partners in the last 10 years, and they have amounted to so many people that I've met and worked with. I haven't necessarily tracked the revenue from it, but I would say it's well over 6 figures just based on referrals. So that to me is how you find your audience. In your workbook, you're going to go pick out, the ones that resonate with you. Again, it needs to be aligned with you and also who you want to serve and how your bridge can help them. All right. So, because not all of these will work. So, if you're going to write a book, you want to leverage Amazon and the eyeballs on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Okay. So that being said, so that's audiences. Feel free to type in the chat if any of these, which one makes you the most excited to go show up in, because that's all this is just going and showing up and being in service. All right. So then after we have the audience and we're building that, we need to have some sort of enrollment event with an offer. Okay. So this is literally, I took this from the marketing checklist, strategies checklist that I gave you yesterday. And some of those marketing strategies are also enrollment events. And an enrollment event is something that allows you to invite people to work with you as a coach. That's all that is. So we've got to be able to have visibility. And then after, we have the visibility, then we have to be able to give people a next step to raise their hand and say, I'd like to work with you. I want to hire you as my coach. I want to be in your program. I want to take your e-course, whatever that looks like for you and your specific coaching package. But we have to have an enrollment event. And this is where I see a lot of coaches staying stuck. So they, a lot of them, they'll think just doing marketing and getting the visibility is fun and easy, but then they're not converting. So when I first couple years I was coaching, I met a woman who she had hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube on her channel. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's like famous, right? I'm so excited to work with her. But then she confided in me that she wasn't making any money. And I was like, what? And this is what I get this because a lot of coaches I've worked with, they look great on the outside, but inside we're really spinning and struggling with that conversion and enrollment process. Okay. And the profit side. So anyway, so so then what we had to do was like, okay, right. You're great at producing content. The only thing that was missing was enrollment events. So from an enrollment event, they can look like these that I'm going to share with you. All right. So email funnel with direct enrollment. So a lot of coaches, you'll see it, and you've probably been on their list where they'll just, they're going to be opening their cart soon because they'll start sharing things in an email funnel, and then they'll be like, okay, open, enroll, that type of thing. So that's one enrollment event type that you can use for your coaching business. They may do a speaking engagement or, maybe they're going to a networking event or a conference and they're giving an offer. So an offer to me is, something, a transaction, right? Money's going to transact. However, sometimes the offer is the next step, which might be booking a discovery session with you. You're moving them along the journey, okay? It might be taking them from where they are now to step one of your bridge, whatever that looks like. So, but we want to help and we have to give invitations to move people along, okay? So speaking engagements, great enrollment events. Master classes, hosting a webinar is a great enrollment event. And all of these, I want you to be like, yeah, I like that, or I could do that, or no way I'd want to do that. And because that's what we're going to do in your workbook. You're going to filter down the ones that resonate with you and the ones, then we're going to pick the key ones. Okay. And so whatever one we pick that is your go-to one, that I want you to just to be really consistent with it. So if you're going to say, you know what, I love to speak, I love to be in front of people, I'm going to do a monthly speaking engagement of some sort where I'm going to give value and I'm going to move people, build my audience and move them through. So your job as a coach to build your business is to go find 12 speaking gigs over the year, one a month, or however you want to do it. So at whatever you do, you have to pick it and double down on it and focus on the one thing, right? And then we can have others. So in the workbook, I say, here's all your options. Pick the one that is going to be the consistent go-to, right? And then from that, you can have 2 or 3 others that you might also do. I'm not going to do a challenge every month, right? There's a lot of work that goes into this, but I'll probably do them quarterly. So we just got to have that cadence to it, but I want you to have one that is the go-to. Okay. Doing live streams. So it might just be every day you go and live stream live on YouTube or your Facebook page or Instagram or whatever, and give an offer of some sort. Take them from the other platform, give them an invitation to come into your audience. Okay. And that usually is putting them on your email list. Sometimes it's putting them in a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group, but we're taking them from one step and we're moving them closer to us. Okay. So that we can show up. Or sometimes it's just a matter of, you'll do a live stream and at the end of every live stream, hey, here's my course. If this was great for you, here, go buy my course. So, we got to give that offer. And that's what I see a lot of coaches not doing consistently is showing up and giving an offer, right? And in reality, I just want to give you a reframe on that is if we're not doing that, then it's not fair because we've built the bridge and they want our help and we're not giving them the way that they can get the help that they want. Okay. So I want you to kind of think of it like that. All right. And then the one I bolded was consultation discovery session. So this is always my go-to enrollment event that no matter what, if somebody introduces me to somebody, great, let's get on a consult. Da, 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 da. So this is an easy one that a lot of coaches should have if you're not doing it. And me as a coach, I'm like, there's a lot of coaches out there. I'm like, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to do that. And that's fine. For me, I'm like, I want to talk to people until I don't have any time to do that because I learn so much and I love connecting with people. I love giving value and I don't know. I'll be one of these people that will do this until I can't. And then when I can't, I'll probably partner and hire somebody that does do this because I feel like the human connection, especially with coaching, no matter what industry and niche you're in, is so important, right? Doing the coach-a-thon, which is a great event to do. Could be like a one-day event. You can make it a series of 3 days where you're just back to back to back coaching people and you have people sign up ahead of time and you're just in service and solving a problem, maybe moving them from where they are now to step 1 on your bridge, whatever. But you do that over and over. And at the end of talking to them, so say you do a 30-minute sample coaching session or whatever you want to call it. The last 5 minutes, you wrap it up at about 25 minutes and then move them through your enrollment process, right? And it doesn't have to be icky or anything like that. You can ask for permission ahead of time, and like, hey, I'm talking to you. I've set aside 30 minutes. I give all this away in my CBA, like how to do all like the scripting and stuff for this. But, it's like, hey, I set aside 30 minutes to work with you. At about 25 after, I'm going to be managing the time. And then if you have any questions for me or want to know what it's like to work with me further, you can ask me, right? It's super beautiful. We've got the book launch. So that's an enrollment event. Don't just write the book, get books printed, go have a big event. I've seen plenty in a big like wine room at like a winery or a tasting room, renting out a small room in a restaurant or a hotel or having something in your home, whatever. But you do a big book launch, right? And get the buzz going, have your books available for sale, all that stuff. Free challenge is that's another enrollment event that I'm demoing right here for you. Another one that's often overlooked is personal phone calls and texting. These are just making those one-on-one connections, right? So if we don't have the clients we want, what kind of follow-up are we doing with people and checking in, and all that as well. So sometimes a personal phone call and text. Podcast. So you can get on a podcast and give an offer there. In-person live workshops, summits, retreats, or any type of event in person is a great way to give an offer. I used to fill my masterminds. I would do like, I think 2 a year, big in-person events, and, give an offer of some sort. And then online live workshops, a summit, retreat, an event, all that stuff now in person, that was in person. People have really, really done a great job of creating that similar experience online. So it's just up to you, okay? So it's a matter of having an enrollment event and picking the one that works, that resonates with you and your person that you want to serve and that your bridge can benefit. All right, so day 3 tasking. Complete the workbook. Kelly will pop in the chat. It's tarabowman.com/BA3 workbook. So I want you to complete the workbook. And ultimately, you need to decide and take action to grow your audience and find your clients. I want you to determine if you currently have an active audience that needs your bridge method or not. So I literally, in the workbook, there's check boxes, yes or no, yes or no, because it's a decision system that I just want to give you so that you have clarity on what needs to happen. And then you need to decide where your future clients are hanging out. So you're going to go pick from the audience list and pick the ones that resonate with you and your potential clients. But ultimately, also the ones that, so you're going to filter those down, and then you're going to pick the key ones that you're going to commit to, okay? The 1 or 2. So I'm giving you lots of options, but not for overwhelm, just to give you options, and then you get to pick. That's what's really cool about being a coach. Many different ways to find clients. You can then, I want you to pick your consistent enrollment event that you're going to do and that you're going to give your offer. So this is the consistent one, right? So for me, it's like if I meet somebody or I do something or I'm speaking and someone wants to connect further, I'm going to put them through my consultation process, okay? That's my go-to. However, then I do, other events and stuff like that as well. And then you're going to pick 1 to 3 other type of enrollment events that you may do once a quarter, but it's not your go-to, right? And then when I say it's your go-to, it's the one I want you to double down on, right? And be known for that. And then I want you to commit to inviting people to your enrollment events. So I just want you to commit to it. And I have a little space that you can check the box on that, because, learning it, thinking it, having the intention of doing it is one thing, but we're going to get the results when we get into action, right? So, and then you're going to go to the Facebook group and you're going to post the #1 place that you're going to show up to grow your audience, and then the consistent enrollment event that you're going to do to help attract people to you. Okay. All right. So how do you effortlessly attract your future coaching clients to get more enrollments? How do we attract them to get clients in the future? The secret is inviting them. So one thing that I teach plenty of clients is we have to always have one thing you're going to invite your future clients to, and we want them to act to get them to that next step. We have to invite them, and you always want to have something to invite them to. So for instance, if I know I'm doing a challenge and it's not till 6 months from now or whatever, I don't necessarily want to invite them to that. I would choose to invite them to my fast track session, right? I always want to have something to invite them to. I may be speaking at a networking event in a couple of weeks. I'll invite them to that. Like, have something to invite people to, but make sure you have your consistent thing. Does that make sense? All right. So after working privately with hundreds of coaches, and I've spoken to thousands of them, I am on this mission that I want to invite you to. My mission is to fast track coaches to get to their next level of success so that they can make more impact and more profits. So if you're enjoying this training, you're going to love the CBA. So let me tell you a little bit about the CBA. So if you want to become a high achieving coach that is on what I call the fast track, it can transform your business so that you can make that impact and plenty of profits. And this is all can start right now. So what is the Coaching Business Accelerator? It is a 90-day group coaching program that fast tracks your impact and puts you and your coaching business on autopilot. And I don't say that lightly. When I say autopilot, I mean putting systems and strategies in place that allow you to not have to work so hard, right? So you know how to coach, but building your coaching business feels overwhelming. The CBA is going to put you on the fast track to more clarity, more confidence, and profits. This program was built by me so that you do get results. And you're going to be using proven business strategies and simple systems that will be available to you through my Build Fast framework. The CBA was created for coaches who are ready to serve more clients and make a bigger impact in the world. So what's included in the Coaching Business Accelerator? So for me, I have a vision, and I want to share with you that this is going to be the first launch of the CBA. And what I envision for the CBA for coaches is ultimately it being the go-to resource for all coaches around everything business building for them. So then that way, people don't have to learn from so many different sources. I've learned, and I have a system that brings all this together. And I want the CBA to be the last business coaching program anyone has to invest in. And I know that's a big vision. And I know I've been tapped to do it. So the Coaching Business Accelerator in this round is not going to be, to me, it's not going to be huge. It will be huge because I'm going to put everything I have behind it. And, but for this one, it's like, how can I give resources to coaches, be available as a business coach to help them create community and help them hold them accountable to where they want to go. So I've done that in the CBA. You're going to get business training videos, this stuff broken down even much simpler, all kinds of things. My goal is to have every marketing strategy I shared with you yesterday, a resource, how-to tool, and videos on how to do every one of those. So when you go pick it, you can just go and follow it. The CBA has been completely created for coaches, right? So to me, I would rather learn as a coach and someone who knows my industry so that I can apply the business strategies that resonate with me. So we're going to have plenty of business training videos in it, following the Build Fast framework. And it's also going to have plenty of fill in the blank workbooks. So we want to always apply that knowledge. I'm going to have ready to go tools and templates that are for coaches ready to go. I'm giving scripts. If you want to create a mastermind, you want to create a group coaching program, your, single, one-on-one coaching program, VIP days, masterminds, whatever you want to do, I'm going to have templates for you that you can just go pick and fill them in. Like I want to make this, when I say fast track, how can I give resources to you so that it is faster? We don't need to reinvent the wheel here. So, and then the offer overviews with pricing suggestions, because I know a lot of coaches get stuck on what should I be charging. Client enrollment trackers. So we're constantly have that resource. I have enrollment scripts, things, literally that you can copy and paste, onboarding checklists, and so much more. So, and as the year develops, even, I am going to continuously be adding more and more. So you just have to ask me for a resource and I'll be able to create it, right? Because chances are I have a lot of this stuff already and I just need to modify it to make it a template for you. I'm also going to have private podcast episodes. So this is something I'm super excited about. So there'll be an exclusive CBA channel that will give you some insight and stuff. And a lot of my clients end up being on the Fast Track Coach podcast as well, which is cool. We're going to have group coaching, group business coaching. So every other week, I'm going to be getting on a Zoom with you. If you can't be on it, you can send me questions ahead of time, of course. And but it's going to be group coaching. So no matter where you are in your business journey, we're going to get you to the next step. Okay. So with accountability, implementation support, I'm a systems kind of tech person as well. So I can help in all of that area. I am here to support you from a detailed level all the way to your strategies. And I'll be with you along the way. There's the coaching brand in a box. I'm super excited about this. So I've personally created over the last year over 20 done for you coaching brands that you can literally pick the one that you like, pop your name in it, and you're good. Like you'll have an amazing coaching brand, logos, colors, mood boards, fonts, all that kind of stuff. So to me, this saves so much money because I invested like tens of thousands in my own branding. So I want to give you something that you can just pick something. If you want to change the colors, it's fine, whatever, but it's done for you. Okay. And then mindset training, because this is important for all of us coaches. Sometimes coaches need coaches and we need to pour into our own mindset. And then again, this is what is something that I consider that I'm not calling anyone who's coming into the CBA. I'm not calling you a student, not necessarily a client, but I want you to be a member. And so you're going to get lifetime access to the CBA. So for what is I'm telling you is going to be in there now, think about in a year from now, there's going to be even way more. And that is yours because you came in as a founding member. Okay. So that is there for life. And I have fast action bonuses as well, an upgrade alert. So instead of doing just 90 days of group coaching, I'm going to give you 6 months. So to me, that just, that's worth the value in itself. You'll have a business coach for coaches that literally is yours for 6 months. Okay. And so you'll get group coaching, Q&A, all that kind of stuff, right? I'm one email away to help you. And then I'm going to give you a how-to guide to start your own podcast. So this was something I formerly only shared with my high-level mastermind, but that's going to be yours as well in case you want to start your own podcast. And then if you decide to pay in full, I'm going to do a business audit. So you're going to fill out a intake form and I'll record a video and I will let you know, how I would change some things up or if you're struggling in certain areas or where to be focusing so that I can create a customized 90-day plan for you. Okay. So that really will help kickstart your success. So how does all this work? Step one, you're going to get access to the training portal. You're going to fill out a new client intake called a new member intake. You're going to get your audit and your 90-day fast track plan. And you're going to learn how to manage your energy as a coach. So I am so blessed to have an amazing network of just brilliant people. And Kelly Chevalier is on this, and she's an amazing human design coach. So she's put together training to be able to help every single person find out what type of design they are so that then she also shares how to manage your energy. So we have to manage our energies as a coach so that we're constantly filling ourselves up so we can serve more people. And not everybody is the same. I found out my design, I've been living in a different world that depleted me and I burnt out a couple of times throughout the corporate world and the first time I did my business and stuff like that, because I was moving away from how I was designed. And now I'm in flow with that and it's amazing. So you're going to get that. And then you're also going to get mindset mastery, which is some training that I have in the portal for you. So that's step one. And then step two is when we're going to start getting into the business strategies. So narrowing your coaching niche, you're going to get clear on exactly who you serve. You're going to build that coaching brand with those templates I've provided. If you want to use them, if you don't, that's fine too. You're going to define your profitable coaching packages, right? So I think everyone needs a signature coaching offer. We need an upsell and a downsell. And then you're going to launch or relaunch using your strategies that we're going to create. And then you're going to market your business with ease. So you're going to have your marketing strategy in play. And then you're going to know how to enroll new clients. I give you scripts. You're going to find what resonates with you. You're going to get great at this. And then the third step is you're going to learn how to onboard your new clients with systems that work to make it a lot easier. Step 3 is where we start getting a little bit more into autopilot. And then you're going to deliver your coaching in a way that wows. You're going to then learn to transition your clients gracefully so that you can get referrals. It's beautiful. And then I'm going to be sharing how to track your metrics and continuously improve your coaching company. And then you're going to lather, rinse, and repeat. You're going to find out how to get a dream team that supports you. When you start growing, you can add people to help you. And you're going to get business coaching and support as needed. So that's how the coaching business accelerator is going to work. The question is, are you ready to fast track your coaching business success over the next 90 days? And just know you always have a choice. Okay. You always have a choice. You can figure it out yourself. You can learn along the way. That's what I did. It took me a long time, over 10 years. Or you can go faster, leverage my systems, and join me in the CBA. So awesome, Tara. How much is the investment, right? So it's not 18,000 that it would take to join my 1-year mastermind. It's not 12,000 that it is to privately coach with me. The investment for CBA, the value is $10,000, but you're not going to pay $10,000. I have 2 options for you. And this is, again, the founding member price. It will never be this price again, because I'm going to continue to add more value into it. It will be $19.97 on the next launch, but option A is $9.97. And if you pay in full, you're going to save $128 and you're going to get that audit and the plan as a bonus. Option B is $375, and then you just do 2 more monthly payments of $375. And, to me, like, this is something I wish I had so much 10 years ago when I started this. So if you are a heck yes, go to tarabowman.com/CBA. Kelly can pop in the link as well and grab your spot. So here's what it would look like is if you are in, which I would love to work with you, you go to tarabowman.com/CBA. You're going to see this page. You're going to go and you're going to click that red button that says, yes, I'm in. Let's fly, Tara. And then once you do that, you're going to pick which payment plan you want. So it's going to default to the one-time payment plan. If you want the 3 pay, you're just going to click right under that. And you're going to fill out your information. And then I'll get a notification that you're in. And I will get you onboarded. Okay. Just know I have 100% satisfaction guarantee. The worst thing in my is I never want anyone talking bad about me. Like, please know I am the coach that, as long as you're trying and you're willing and you're working and we're communicating, I'm not going to let you fail. Okay. You are fully protected, even with, this program as well. I get it. It can be, investing in yourself can feel both nervous and excited. I know when I go do that, I'm nervous and excited, which is good because, when you're nervous, you're going to be stretched and you're going to level up. And I want you to be excited because I want you to be ready to do the work. Okay. On a personal note, I have heard horror stories from coaches who do pay 10 times what this program is and didn't have a great experience. And that's why I do this guarantee. So if you don't get clarity after completing the filter module, and you send those to me and you're like, this isn't for me, I'll send you a prompt refund. I believe in CBA this much. This is going to be my signature program and for coaches specifically. And what I want you to know is the reason I'm doing it, I feel like it's an amazing value at the under $1,000 is because it's a pilot. I also want to get feedback from you on how I can improve it as well. So, and I want great testimonials. I want success stories. I'm going to be so in this with you that, it's probably going to feel like you have your own, a private coach. I mean, we're going to be in a group atmosphere and stuff like that, but I really want success stories. Okay. So your next level of success is waiting. You simply just need to show up and do the work. So I have for today, the next 24 hours, I'm like, what can I give people to get going now? Because I know what happens. And just so you know this, because I like to teach also as I'm, enrolling and whatnot, is a lot of people wait till the last minute, till the cart is getting ready to completely close before they say yes, right? So I'm like, what can I do to get people to commit and now, right? So what I thought of is, oh, you know what? I will give you the Referral Revolution. It's a $97 course that will really help you get your next 10 new coaching clients in the next 30 days. So it's a self-paced course that will get you going and you can start learning my strategies to get referrals. And I'm telling you, I'm being generous at saying, like over 100,000. It's more like mid, what do they call it? Like mid 6 figures is what I've received in referrals and being able to make that kind of income and impact in my own coaching business. And so I put it all in a system for you. So you'll get that immediately so that you can start working on it while I'm still in the enrollment phase through next week. So so tarabowman.com/CBA, and you will get the Referral Revolution if you enroll in the next 24 hours. So here's what a few other people have had to say about me. Things that I'm really proud of, and there's tons. I have tons and tons of testimonials on my website, but I wanted to pick a few that would resonate. So Cindy was able to triple her pricing. So when she came to me, she was charging 8,000 for her offer, and then now, then it became 24. I'd venture to say it's probably tripled from that since I worked with her, and she was still selling it at the same rate. So I helped her put systems in place to make it easier and not chase the shiny objects, right? And then I don't know if you know Selena Sue, but bye-bye shiny object syndrome. If you're looking to scale without the stress, Tara Bullman can help. So I will help you stay focused on what matters the most. And I think that's a very key thing in being a coach and building a scalable coaching business that we all want. And then with Jillian, she was able to double her revenue fairly quickly. So she clarified her focus and it empowered her to acquire the right clients and ultimately double her revenue. And she says, I love this. When Tara says fast track, she means it. Now I feel optimistic, clear, eager, at ease, excited, and energized, right? So there's a few people. As I wrap up here, my commitment to you is I will hold space for you to step into your business vision until you're ready to make even the bigger leap. I will hold space for you. You can trust me, even if other business coaches may have failed you in the past. That is very important. It's a core value of mine. It's not something I just say, but I live my life with that. No client I've ever worked with, and I've worked privately with hundreds and done events and all that kind of stuff with thousands. No one has ever said Tara wasn't there for me. I will be there for you. And if you don't quit on me, I'm not going to quit on you, right? I'm not going to hold your hand through the whole process and constantly be checking in. You need to have and show some initiative here. But if you come to me and you're in a struggle, I will even get on a call with you and we will work it out. Okay. I'm not going to quit on you if you don't quit on yourself. And I'm committed to your success. All you have to do is trust the process and take imperfect action. Right. So again, this is wrapping up day 3, the challenge tasking. Don't forget to go to your workbook, do what needs to be done so that you're building your audience and doing it in a way that aligns with you and them so that you can grow, so you can invite people to enrollment events like this one and all that kind of stuff. So if you have any questions, I am so happy to stay on and I can answer anything, whether it's about the CBA or it's about marketing or it's about enrollments or anything that may be causing you to stay stuck in your coaching business. All right.